Welcome back to Dave Does Outdoors. Again, flying solo without Audrey's sidekick. Going back up to Blair Athol. I've got my old, or Louie's old e-bike. I'm going to try and cycle up the Tilt Glen. I think there's a bit of a Land Rover track all the way up. Not sure how many miles it is. It looks quite long on the map. So I'm just going to cycle, hopefully for about a couple of hours, put up the tent. There's a couple of woods on the way that my mate Ross, who's still missing up there, may have come down onto the Tilt side. So I'm keen just to get up and do a bit of a recce. We were up last weekend, had a really good rummage about way up the other side. So I've got a smaller rucksack. I've got my 35 litre rucksack, which is the smallest I've taken. A little boil in the bag meal, pretty lightweight stuff today. Because I'm on the bike, I don't have any panniers, I don't have any cycling stuff. So it's a bit of a first. I just hope I don't get any punctures. It's due for really heavy rain tomorrow, so I'm going to get wet. But just keen to get up. It should be dry tonight. It's not getting dark until 10, so I've got a reasonable evening ahead. So thanks again for tuning in and joining me. Sit back, enjoy. Normally my videos are about just under 35 minutes. So sit back and enjoy, and we'll bring you back in a minute or two. Just setting off. It's about 5. Pretty loaded up, and I'm up in the seat. I need to kind of adjust that a little bit. On the old jalopy, I've got a basket on the front, so if it's raining tomorrow, got a poly bag and stuff. This is just up the old bridge of Tilt. This is where Ross would have been planning to come back. So again, heavy woods all the way. So up over the hills and then down onto the Tilt and along the Tilt. So we're going back up the Tilt. So in theory Ross could have got here. His bags were stashed just round the corner, so we'll crack on. I think we're going to try and do, I don't know, 10 miles or something like that. So got a couple of batteries and we'll just get cracking. Nice day. This is a road that I know quite well, coming out the back of Blair Athol on the caravan site, and it's quite elevated, but you can hear the River Tilt kind of below. So again, we've just covered about a mile and a bit of really thick woods, so you can see right around. It's pretty dense. It's starting to open up a little bit, look at that. There's a wee waterfall. I can't stop everywhere. I want to get up the glen, so nice on the e-bike. The road's manageable. I don't know if Audrey would handle it. The idea of the wee basket on the front was to stick her in it, but I don't think so. Oh. If there's a wee pool in the river, I might get in for a wee dip later on. I haven't brought any towel, any swim stuff at all, so we'll see. So you can see it just kind of comes out the Tilt, and you've got absolutely stunning pools. Here's a little farm coming up, and you've got the kind of big hills, and the glen just kind of goes up this way, and those are the big hills up here that I'm interested in, because this is the way that Ross would have come back if he made it this far. So I don't know, stunning, absolutely amazing. The woodland just, you can see, just kind of stops right into the purple heather. We'll keep going, we're just going to keep going. It's been really nice. I'm just taking my time on the bike. It's been nice just to get into a wee bit of a gentle rhythm, not going fast, taking my time. There's a breeze, which is good, but I think that will die down again mid-G alert later on. So what a superb spot, this glen, and the road. It's really accessible, so really nice. Crack on. That's Marble Lodge. It's on the map. Looks empty. I think it's a wee holiday house that you can rent. Oh yes, yes please. Couple of nights up here. Yeah, you can get a car up, 4-wheel drive preferably, but oh, what a spot. Marble Lodge, April, sort of birthday little getaway. And look at the view. That's Ben aglow. I think it's going to be one of those videos with like lots of nice views, like stunning, absolutely stunning. And this way, I'm seeing plenty of wee camp spots. This little kind of shieling, this is Ballinisi. I mean, in the winter that would be, this is thick, this is deep snow. Land Rover track, yeah, you get up here in a Land Rover. But this was where Ross was on the 16th of January, up there. And this is potentially trying to get down onto this section. How beautiful is this place though? Oh, I've fallen in love. Honestly, this is like, this is the first sort of wood, the smaller of the two, just after the Forest Lodge. Just come through, nice big sort of white stone Victorian big sort of dwelling, obviously people living in it, but this is the kind of I just passed Benny and his wife, who I met last weekend up here looking for Ross. He's got this big van. He was serving coffee last weekend. Really nice guy, but they're going down that way. And I said I might catch up, I might not. Don't stress. But I'm just seeing this absolute gorgeous lake. I mean that. See, to swim in this bit here that spills into shallow. Flat enough to pitch on over here. It's 6:45, so I'll go on a wee bit, but I'm looking for things to maybe come back. That's not a bad wee. I mean, you just missed Benny and Leslie. Had a little bit of a mishap in the van, but we managed to get them dug out of a bit of a ditch just over this way. Looks like it might be rain coming down, but this valley is just like, the bike's handling it. Look at the road. Justin no more. We're going to kind of go to the corner, then I might turn round because that's them there. Look. Made it to the end of the glen. That's the way down to Long Loch. So that's the hills. And that's Glen Tilt. There's supposed to be a little shieling or a sort of, that must be it there, look. somebody's little house, probably for hundreds of years. That's some place to live. Absolutely amazing. You've got views down that way. I'm going to go on. I might pitch here. That last little bit was really pretty rocky, so I don't fancy doing it tomorrow in the rain. So I'm going to see if there's any little perfect spot. In fact, already there's quite a lot of midges. Found a spot. Oh man, that's invitingly swimmable. That's Benny and Leslie up there. They must be getting settled. I just cycle past them. I'm going to get my tent put up. I don't know if it's going to start raining or not, but right, tent up here, right on the edge, a wee bit elevated, so nice little breeze. Lots of midges up there, so came down here. So I'm hungry. I'm going to get the tent set up. We're on the little, the tiny little, that's the size of the tent, the night cat or cool cat. I don't know, they've changed their name because everyone was complaining about the kind of kitty cat name. I like it. Right, I've only slept in it a couple of times, so get it up across there. Should just take a second. Single pole tent, under £100, pretty lightweight. I got a couple of new big pegs as well, just in case it gets windy tonight. Right, quick tour. Like I said, it's going to be a bit of a later tea tonight, but it doesn't take long. I need to go and get some water. So that's it. Night cat. Single pole, single person. Really quick to put up. Not expecting any crazy winds. Not expecting too much weather. I'm going to go down and fill my water up. I can get down there, look. I've got my water filter, so I'm going to get a nice litre of water and get tea on. Boil some water for my boil in the bag. I've got an avocado as per. Might end up going up and saying hello to Benny and Leslie as well at some point, but I'll see. It's getting quite late and I'm hungry, so I just want to get some food on and just chill, get the mat up, get my sleeping bag up. Inside, it's pretty roomy little one, man. I think I did a wee review in the garden, not really used it much. It's like the Lanshan, basically. It's like the Lanshan, but enough space in the porch. Like, I'm just going to put the cooker probably there or behind. I'll get my rucksack and make a little bit of a windshield. It's just under 300ml for them. Really light. The trick with the meals is put it in some sort of, otherwise it gets really cold. So you just pour the water in. I think there's a little, we're on chicken fajita and rice. There's some sort of little I don't think you need to take it out. Give it 1 star. Oh, that's what I was looking for. That's your private swimming pool. That's DPF as well, by the way. You could probably drink that, but just in case, I've got my mini Sawyer water. Straight in there to swim. Maybe later, who knows. It's been nice meeting you both. Thank you. You too.
I was lucky that you were there to help.
Right, a bit of a shorter vid. I bumped into a couple, Benny and Leslie, who were up here last weekend. Their van got a wee bit stuck and helped them out, and then ended up pitching beside them, so they came down. I was just kind of having a blether with them, and then I went up for a wee cup of tea. Cup of tea in their van, and it's after 10, so basically mat up, sleeping bag. Really nice night, just kind of getting to know them, catching up with them, just, you know, hearing about their kids and stuff, and just sharing bits and pieces about Ross and his kids, and it was really nice night. They've got a really cool kind of converted van, which is really nicely done and comfortable to sit in, so that was really nice. So you missed dinner, and we're in the wee tent. It's well battened down. We're quite exposed here, right in the kind of middle of Glen Tilt, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a crazy night. Lots of noise because we're just above the river, but it's fine. So I'm going to try and get some sleep, and I'm not sure what the plan is tomorrow. It's it's about an hour and a half ish cycle out, so I don't know if I'm going to do a bit of searching up on the hill. I'm just going to see how I sleep, and we'll get you back in the morning. Alright, night night. Morning all. I don't know what time it is. It's 7ish. Quarter to 7. Woke up with a really sore head. Didn't have a coffee last night. Kind of got a bit sidetracked with. I'm going to get a coffee on just now and just stay in bed for a while. A bit rainy, I can hear the rain on the tent. This little single pole, you're always feeling that's why I went for the double pole, the tarp tent, the Stratosphere, because it's got the 2 poles, but really light and small little tent. Pretty comfy last night, warm. Right, coffee time. Had a nice strong coffee there. The rain's unopened up, zipped. Have a look at the kind of sort of view, and millions of midges right outside the door, so I'm back in the fly net. I'm going to need to get really packed up inside here. going to start packing up. That wind's picking up, which is good because the midges earlier on were insane. Again, when you're packing up in this little single pole, but good wee tent, the pole, it's got a little grommet at the spiky end's down, I prefer that. It's got nice little sort of, all the little tie-offs are good. The distance between the fly sheet and the inner mesh, you've got a wee hook up here. You know, it's nice. It's a good wee budget, lightweight, single person. Some essential items are a good pillow and a good head torch. Even last night when I was out, that's got a red setting, that's the night core. Right, I think it's quite a quick pack up. The rain's coming down the valley and I'm cycling 10 miles down that way. That was Benny and Leslie's little park up last night. It's wind's blowing, the gale. Everything's getting wet, so I'm just going to sort of pack up quite quickly and then start cycling. It's about 9, so it's been a nice sort of leisurely morning, but I'm not going to get in for a swim. It's too wet and windy, and so pack up for the camera's getting soaked. Right, that's me kinda packed up, leaving no trace. I'll touch base once I'm in a bit more shelter. I'm just gonna start heading down the path. Bit of a wet one this morning, but all good. A bit more shelter, that's us just in the first big wood. It stretches along. Lots of little birds, and again, quite elevated. That's a big gorge that cuts right up into there. Not too much filming this morning because it's wet. I'll need to look at the map because that's the hills up there, and then so if this river was in full spate, which it would have been in January, you're not getting across it, but here's a bridge, so Ross knows the area, so you might have been trying to come down here to get across this bridge. I didn't realise there was a bridge that went right across the river. It's amazing. Just really deep, quickly into shallow. Wow. There's quite a few little kind of little sort of sheep, sort of bothy, sort of, as you come down Glen Tilt, it's obviously really well farmed, especially when you get down, further down. We're not far from Blair Athol, just a couple of miles probably now. That's the kind of the big wood that sort of stops up there, and then you get right up into the glen. So I thought I'd just have a wee quick look inside that little stone bothy. You never know, kind of, you know, could Ross have got down this far. This is the thing, it's like we're all looking up in the hills, but this would have been his route back to his bags down at the old Bridge of Tilt, so I don't know. It was nice last night speaking to Benny and Leslie so much, because they know Ross's girls really well, who are now sort of growing up and working, and one got married last year. Ross was there, which was great. So right, still no signal. That's another problem up this glen. There's no signal. That's me back at the car. Everything's wet. Another really wet day. Car park's pretty empty. Passed a few people going up the glen, 4 maybe. Stopped to speak to a couple further up just to kind of keep a bit of a lookout. But mission accomplished. I'll go home and I'll finish off the video at home, because I want to show you the map, exactly where I went. And I was wanting to get right along to the bottom of Glen Tilt. There was an old shieling, like an old stone bothy right at the very end, so I managed to get there last night and then turned back around and camped a little bit further down the glen. So mission accomplished. I really just wanted to kind of get a really good look at the glen right the way up. I don't know how long it is, the River Tilt. So nice to be back here. This is where the Blair Athol caravan park is. So I've cycled through here with the kids and walked both my dogs through here, and it can get quite wet. So right, I'm gonna get in the car, get the bike in. Bit of a mucking about trying to squeeze the bike in this tiny little Fiat. So I was thinking I need to get a rack or something. This is just, it's a nightmare. Right, get into the car. Just a quick look at the bike. This is Louis's old e-bike. It was a Halford's job. I think it was quite expensive, but it's done thousands of miles, because Louis used it for his delivery. But I put a wee basket on the front, which was really handy, and then I put a poly bag over the battery last night to try and keep it a bit drier. And not even mountain bike tyres, it's got sort of street tyres on it. Discs, I spent money, I got both the discs done and a bit of a service. It's a great wee bike. It really, honestly, I want to get chunkier tyres. I was quite anxious about the rocky stone all the way up, so, but you know, 10 miles and then you can do a hike. So the bike's, what a difference, especially on a kind of track like that. So that's us home. Quite a long, wet journey down the road. The A9, which is the main kind of link road up in Scotland, can be quite busy, and if it's raining, it's quite challenging. But we're home. Everything's getting dried out, either in here or on the line. It's between showers today. We're going to have a quick look at the map and just show you where I went yesterday, just to give you a kind of sort of sense of the kind of sort of the range of hills, and kind of up where my friend Ross was kind of missing as well, just in case anyone's going up to that Blair Athol kind of direction. So we'll have a quick look at the map. So that's Blair Athol here. You come up the A9, you break off the A9, you come on this road to Blair Athol. Then that's the old Bridge of Tilt, so the kind of road just naturally goes round this way to the old Bridge of Tilt, which is here. There's a decent car park here, and then this is the road that I cycled all the way up here, Gilbert's Bridge. So that's the This is the big woods that are there. Big wood. And then along this road, the really big wood that I sort of stopped in, and then you're right up this bit, and then the Land Rover track kind of goes up this way, but I went down here to this old shieling right there, and that's the glen up to Loch. Fantastic spot here, a lot of midges, but it's between these two really big glens, so I camped about here last night. So basically just a cycle down to there, and a bit of an explore in these woods, and a little bit of kind of visual up here. So just to recap, this is the Ben Glow range here, and Ross was seen coming round here. Don't know if he tried to get the third one, not sure if he tried to descend this way. We've had a really good look mainly around this side, but more and more down this side of the tilt as well. So there's different bits that are still to be searched kind of round about here. Massive area and lots of quite steep kind of hill range. But so I'm going to sign off there. Mainly sort of cycling up Glen Tilt yesterday really. Little bit around the camp spot. Bumped into Benny and Leslie, really nice couple who are friends of Ross's kids. So that was really nice. Had a cup of tea in their van, and last night not a bad sleep. The wee tent, because it's a single pole, it's all a wee bit, but it's fine. It's light and small. That was the idea. That was my smallest, lightest pack that I'd taken away last night in my 35 litre rucksack, but I did have a basket in front of the bike, so I'd have struggled to get all that in a 35 litre. I don't know if my sleeping bag could get reduced in size, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to sign out there. Thanks again for tuning in, everyone. Hope you enjoyed a bit of that. Fantastic, I mean, beautiful. That's about an hour and a half, although that was a couple of hours cycling to get right to the top end of that, the valley up at Glen Tilt. So, but a place close to my heart as well as Ross's. Obviously he spent a lot of time up there, up in those hills. So the search continues for my dear lost friend, and again my thoughts are with his family and friends as well. So just sad having that, no closure. It's still kind of, you know, what happened. And so anyway, thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you soon on our next adventure.